No, Dave, negative. I can't hear a whisper now. The band conditions have changed quite a lot, so I'll disappear and let you carry on that. Thanks for giving me the red report. Maybe I'll catch you further down the log. I've got your QTH in Blackburn, and I also heard the bad news that you've got to go to work tonight, which that's not very good, is it? I'm going to go and watch the football. My local team is Forest Green, so...
Peter, have a nice time and stay in a good health. This is the most important.
Delta Lima 7 again.
Delta Lima 7, uniform Mike Whiskey, 5 left 20.
Uniform Mike Whiskey, thank you. Phrases and bye-bye.
Whiskey Lima.
Okay, several stations. Diverse, 877 Golf Charlie Quebec, 59.
Ok, Roger, 59, grazie, ciao.
Ciao, Fox Q, Fox Lima Kilo, 59. Fox Lima...
20 über S9, der Rapport für dich hier.
Wow, requiem mass, etc.
And internments in the cemetery, or in the cemetery rather, all places alive. It seems quite strange, and seeing the places that you knew as a kid, and it's a bit worrying now, Rowley. It's a bit worrying, but it all comes round so quick. I can remember going home from church at times. We used to go past what they used to call the new cemetery, and we used to go in and follow the hearse in there, and it was like an outing for us kids because we didn't see the serious side of it. Now I see it, and there's a lot more going in the ground, and it's becoming more difficult to stay on the green side of the grass, Rowley, are they?
Okay, a little bit of QSB on the end of you there, but no problem. No problem. Pretty much all copied there, Frank, from Echo India 5 Kilo Papa, and I have the call there now. Yeah, it is. Yeah, what am I? I'm 54. Even I see a lot of change. Yeah, a little bit more than I'd like, and my father is 84. So I can only imagine the changes that he sees. But anyway, it's all down to progress. That's what they call it, anyway. So there you go. No, I'm originally from Wicklow, just outside North Wicklow, just outside of Dublin. And ironically, I came down to Carlow to do a day job and never went home. And then since after that, my father did a load of research and found out that the family tree comes back to Carlow. So the standing joke on this side is that I'm the member of the family that came back to the roots. So there you go. If it was the 16 or 1700s, I think we'd own a castle over in Clonmore, but I'm afraid not. But we're in a good spot here. It's nice. So there you go. Look, I'm meant to be. I'm not really meant to be on here. I'm meant to be out getting some wood in for the stove and getting a few things ready now before it gets cold again. So I'm not going to hold it with you, Frank. Yeah, Dale's not too far away. You mentioned 7HDB. So he's over in Ardatton, which is he's what is he? Maybe about 10 kilometres, 10 or 12 kilometres due east of me. That's exactly where Dale is. Not too far away. He's about maybe about 15 minutes by car, thereabouts. So Dale is pretty active there. I'm sure you've come across him on a number of occasions. So there you are. I'm the monastic guy under a stone here on the side of the hill. But anyway, that's it. M0AOV Oscar Fox Alpha Echo India 5 Kilo Papa.
Yeah, okay. Might be a good time to tie the ribbons, as I say, because you're disappearing into the noise a bit. My noise floor is starting to come up, and you're fading back into it. So I'll use this opportunity to say thanks for the chat, and it's nice to talk to someone from from back home, as I say. And I always make a joke of if people can't understand me when I talk to people over there, I always say, it's my strong Wexford accent, which obviously I lost in the early 60s. It's when you're a bit different in the schooling, you speak a bit different, you tend to try and change your accent. But there's funny stories there, but we won't go into that. Okay then, and it's quite funny because you talk about accents. So I was always trying to work out which part of Ireland Dale came from originally, because I always had problems trying to place his accent, and of course he's from the Isle of Man, isn't he? So that explains it all. Okay, cheers for now. Thanks for a short chat, and you get back to the jobs you intended to do, and I'll get back to I've got to go back to the dishes. When you live on your own, nobody does the dishes, and I've got a dog here, and the dog is absolutely useless at doing the dishes. Cheers for now, Rowley, and thanks for the chat. M0AOV.
Wow, Frank, yeah, that's some serious change in the band. I don't know if you're still hearing me. You're after dropping off there down to about a readability 2. Quite a significant drop. We'll see you again, Frank. We'll talk to you soon. Mind yourself over there. Belated Happy New Year, and thanks for the chit-chat. We'll catch up with you again before too long. M0 Oscar Foxtrot Alpha Echo India 5 Kilo Papa 73.
Oscar 5 Oscar Sierra Fox 59. Thank you so much, 73.
Sonder-DOK 800. 59 northbound Netherlands. Papa Alpha 3 Juliet. Papa Alpha 3 Juliet, Roger, Roger, Dave. Thank you very much.
Сергей, слушайте группу дальше на нас. Germany 4, try again, please. Lima 1040 Papa. Please put the noise to stand. Sometimes my name is Gary, Golf Echo Romeo, Romeo, India Echo.
Oder andere Resonanzfrequenzen, die wir
Tango Mexico 57, Hotel November Yankee Quebec. Thank you holding, receive Tango Mike 57, Hotel November Yankee Tango Mexico 57, Hotel November Yankee Quebec. Uniform, and one more contact, Hotel Bravo 50, Sierra Hotel.
Parce qu'il n'y a pas de raison, normalement ça devrait être à peu près symétrique. Hein.
S4 DKT, c'est ça?
Switzerland hat ich sehe das genauso pragmatisch wie du.
Oscar Nancy 4, Kilo Golf Alpha. Oscar Nancy 4, Kilo Golf Alpha, 59. Mira, gespannt, der eine als Standrohr, das andere Rohr als Drehrohr.
Good afternoon to you both. I think you said there was somebody else on deck, so microphone back to you, fellow Peter.
Before UPA. Yeah, okay, yeah, Barry called in, HQJ, down in Cornwall. Don't know if you'll hear him, but let me get this back up to pay. Happy New Year to you, Dave. Hope it's a healthy one for both of you. M0AOV before UP. Who can you hear, Barry, and then back to you, Pete? Pete, Barry must have disappeared. Go ahead.
Yeah, I can't hear Barry, but I can hear you, Dave. Okay. Very happy New Year to you and Barbara. Nice to hear you. Sounding very nice. Audio-wise, I mean. I'm not chatting you up, Dave. I'm not that way inclined, over. Neither am I, to be quite honest. Yeah. Well, you said very nice, and then I got a blip. Barbara's cooking, so we got electric cooking, and it keeps flipping now and again. So just make sure that I'm not doubling. No, GM3XOQ M0AOV. Yeah. I like to wind them up, but when I was driving, you know. Oh, hello, look. That used to rattle a few cages. Oh, you are a nice boy, look. Yeah, so, yep. I've been messing about with the audio again on here. Reduced the processing and increased the mic gain to about, the mic's on about 30% now. So I don't know if it's loud, or is it not 35%? I don't know if it's loud enough, but that's what I've done, reduce the processor and increase the mic gain. Anyway, you both can hear me, so something's working, but lovely to hear you both. I hope that you had a good time at Christmas and New Year, Peter. Because I think Scotland was screwed down, wasn't it? We didn't do anything. 31st of December was Barbara's birthday. And we went to bed our normal time. Yeah. I remember when we was courting, we stopped up late to listen to the Archers. G4UPA. Are you okay?
Ooh. Yeah, David. For UPA. That was a bit on the sexy side. Listen, the Archers want to go here, Pete. Yeah, very good. Listen to the Archers. Goodness me, now there's a thing. But, no, we went to bed at the usual time as well. But we got woken up by all the fireworks, Dave. A lot of people up here let off fireworks, and that woke us up again. But over the Christmas we had a sort of family get-together where we had a narrow escape from the COVID. But it was nice to see everybody again. And Caroline, who came over from Canada with her husband, they're stuck in this country at the moment. Because of a positive test, so but we were away by the time that they contracted it from elsewhere, I think. So we escaped that one, Dave, over.
Oh God, well we've been very fortunate, Barbara and I, we've stopped to wait for it, but to be quite honest, I haven't been really anywhere. Been out today, took Barbara around the shops, I was driving, our 4x4's automatic, so I don't need my left leg, it could be off at the hip, I'd still drive. But yeah, I took her out and about one shop I went down to go in because I was busting for a tinkle, so I had to go in the shop, but Matt's fully up. Yeah, so we stopped to where?
You were there, Lima Zulu 1 Whiskey Romeo. Charlie Tango again. Charlie Sierra 7 Alpha Mike Japan. Boa tarde, senhor. Como está? Tudo bem? 59 para o...
Mike 0 Hotel Uniform India. Unfortunately, this is trunk your Marin this morning. Anyway, you 59 in the beginning. 59. QSL?
Echo, Charlie 1 radio.
By Italy Kilo 4 Lima Zulu Hotel.
Charlie Sierra 7 Alpha Mike Juliet. What's your QTH? Your Q
maybe a little breathing, but a nice clear day. I hear some other people in the background, so I'm going to leave you here and wish you the best of the new year, and thank you for taking my call this morning. 4 Bravo Papa Victor from Whiskey 4 Hotel. Bye-bye.
M0AOV, quest'L.
The signals are not too bad.
Very good, Rainer. Thanks for the call.
I won't keep you, and I wish you the very best for 2022. Delta Lima 1 Echo Kilo Yankee, A1 Radio X-ray, over. Okay, all the best, Heiner. Thank you. Edley 7 Sugar Whiskey X-ray. I-7 Sugar Whiskey X-ray. You're 5 and 8. My name is Mark, and I'm in New Hampshire.
Ik denk dat de condities wel nog wat te zwak zijn op dit moment. Hè. Ik denk dat er ook weer een zonne... And I think a lot depends on, you know, you've got to go to the trouble of setting them up. Because as you know from the new radios, that the menus are so...
Experiment with this different antennas. See if they work. I've never tried a loop though. Never tried a loop, so maybe that's the next one to try there, Jeff. Yours is certainly working very, very well then. Okay, LGWX, it's pretty much the same here, I guess. We're getting a few showers here, a bit of blue sky, a bit of grey sky, and temperature about 12 degrees at the moment there, Jeff. They're not too bad in Brighton. Okay on your walk as well.
I usually have mine a little bit late.
Nice. Well, we've been here for 1977. We came here, and there was fields at the back of the house here, and I used to be able to put arrows across the farmer's land, no problem. But about 15 years ago, they managed to get planning permission on the Greenbelt after he sold his farm, and you know, we've got a little housing estate at the back now, which spoils the view, and you know, spoils putting little wires out, so it's not very good. I suppose we're lucky in one extent that even with the built-up area, the noise level, touch wood, is not too bad here. I know a lot of people on estates get a lot worse than I get here. We're in a very old terraced house, way over 100 years old, and the garden from...
For most commercial transceivers don't mean anything, unfortunately. Why, I don't know, because there's no reason why they couldn't make them fairly accurate. But mine is calibrated as good as a measuring instrument.
Not the largest, and I'm able to get the G5RV up because I've got a pole on the chimney, which is high up actually. The house is built on a slight incline, and the house is built up so the chimney's nice and high, and we're 433 feet above sea level, which I think helps a little bit, doesn't it? But you know, it's all we could afford at the time, and I can't see moving as an option anymore.
Because you've got this parasitic drawer on the car. I'm surprised you haven't got a trickle charger or something in the garage to which is the same board as in the Allen 100. But I built that from component level, and I built it.
Yes, okay, Charlie, thank you very much. Take care. G6QFZQSY. Bye for now.
Yeah, bye there, Malcolm. QRZ, is there any other stations would like to call in? This is Golf Zero, Lima Oscar Uniform, calling secure on 80. Secure on 80 meters. Golf Zero, Lima Oscar Uniform listening.
Mike 0, Uniform Delta Bravo.
Mike 0, Uniform Delta Bravo. I think I got that right. Golf 0, Lima Oscar Uniform. The name is sent Tony, Tango Oscar November Yankee, on the south coast of England, between at the town of Poole in Dorset, about 2 to 3 miles in from the coast. Microphone back to you. Have I got your call right? M0UPB G0LOU.
Yeah, good afternoon, Tony. Call sign is Mike 0, Uniform Delta Bravo. Uniform Delta Bravo. Over.
Mike 0, Uniform Delta Bravo. Have I got that correct?
Roger. Tony, good afternoon to you. The name here is Dave, Delta Alpha Victor Echo, and I'm about 3 miles outside Chelmsford in Gloucestershire. Over.
Yeah, okay, that's good. You're coming through okay. You're a radio 4 to a radio 5. The signal strength, to be honest, I haven't looked at. On the next over, I'll have a look at that. Back to you there, Dave.
Yeah, well, you're coming through very strong indeed. You're 5859, no problem at all. Very clear, very good audio, in fact. Yeah, running here, I've got a 897.
Yeah, this end I'm running a multi-band NFED, half wave on 8. With a Heil microphone going through a Studio V3 microphone preamp. If we don't use that, it doesn't tend to work so well. Back round to you there, Dave, from G0LOU.
G0LOU from M0UV Well, it all seems to be working very well today, that's for sure. It's a very, very nice sounding audio, even like you in the room next door. Over.
Yeah, okay. Unfortunately, you're under the 9, about a 7 to an 8. But where all the Christmas lights have come down, my noise floor's gone down a bit. But would you believe it, the biggest user of LEDs is the guy opposite me, and he's the only one in the road with them all lit up. Back to you.
But I met the XYL and we got married, and 7 years went whistling by, and A Presto got the license in 72. And in those days, of course, it was like you had to knuckle down and learn a bit of Morse. So, that took 5 or 6 months to get up to speed, and luckily passed the Morse test okay. But chasing DX now, I've done all that and completed that exercise many moons ago. And you're quite right, trudging down to the shack at night when it's pouring down with rain is not exactly ideal conditions, but it's probably about 20 metres from the house, the shack, and then the mast, 60-foot mast, is probably another probably 60-70 feet away from the shack. I feed that the mast with a pair of Westflex, one of these super low loss coax cables, which runs from the shack underground to the bottom of the mast to a marshalling box, and then coax feed to a ballon to the top. And the aerial is actually cut for, surprise, virtually this frequency. I think it's actually cut for 3720, but it operates pretty well, about 20 or 30 kcs either side of that. The SWR stays in a sensible position. And okay, about being, I think you said 400 odd feet, 430 odd feet above sea level, well, that can make a bit of an advantage for you. We're not very high above sea level here. I've got a river running through the garden about 70 or 80 feet, probably more like 80 feet from the shack. And we bought the land on the other side of the river not long after we moved in. And that's the wedge-shaped part that goes up to the long part of the garden. And we got a small wooden bridge that goes across the river. It's called the River Winterbourne. And by the name sounds, it's born in the winter.
Transmit, and the noise was horrendous. But we've had some fun doing it, and some interesting bits and pieces have come out of it. I've got sat next to the amplifier here is a Collins 618T airborne transceiver, and we've got all the different bits and pieces and boxes and plugs and what have you. I'm not sure it's actually within my ken to wire it up and get it working, but we have got all the ingredients we need, I think, to put that on the air at some point in the future. So and some other bits and bats that were quite useful, like some few bits of hardline and some very, very high quality coaxes and stuff like that. So yeah, it's all interesting. A bit of swag out the job, we like that. But anyway, no, I shall be back to Dozer driving sort of within a fortnight or so. I've got a couple of little engineering jobs to do for the aircraft boys, a bit of welding and make some frames for some stands for them, and then that.
Week 1500 in Betrieb genommen. So I talked about a loop. Well, the loop here at the moment is fed with 450 ohm line at the moment, because I tune it on 60 meters as well. It's a full wavelength resonant loop, about 260 feet long or something of that order. Horizontal. It's not square. It's not rectangle. It's a bit of everything, and it's a